Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that villain laugh?
Yes.
How many of you in your lives have seen villains? Raise your hand. But do you know a secret? The secret that the biggest villain in our lives is none other than fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. Growing up, I was always exposed to this one villain, that one chuckle that haunted my whole life. And hopefully towards the end of this speech, you will overcome the villains in yours. Growing up, I went to school, like many of you. And every day when I would go to school, I would look forward to learning, to improving, to enjoying myself in school. But there were certain days when I had real life world problems in school. For example, I didn't finish my homework. For example, I did not take my books to class. And just then, the villain laughed loud. The sweat on my forehead, my heart beating, and all he had to do was laugh. How many of you have felt nervous going to school? How many of you have felt that heartbeat just when the teacher says, Jahangir, can you answer my question? Exactly. So, fellow Toastmasters, the villain reared its head when I was in high school, but then it never left me. Even I had to travel to another country in India, and it still didn't leave me. When I was in college, the same thing happened. I was going in the lush greenery of Mangalore, beautiful mangoes, beautiful fruits, beautiful people. And just then I had to give my project, my final year project. And much like the minutes of the meeting, I kept it for the last day. And what happened? What happened? The villain laughed again and again and again. I could hear it in my ears. And the sweat on my forehead started pouring and my heart started beating. Who is this villain? And even when I returned back, would you believe it? There are villains in financial firms as well. In the Big Four, I kept hearing that voice. Every time I had to go to a presentation unprepared or I had to give a deliverable, I would hear that sound. Again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, who is that villain? Any guesses?
Robin? Ourselves?
True.
Your inner self.
You and yourself? Okay.
Fear? Our professors.
Our professors. My professor didn't follow me to India, but good job.
Fear of failing.
Fear.
Fear. You're onto it. Anyone else?
The fear of failing.
The fear of failing.
Your own self-esteem.
Your own self-esteem.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. All these are minions of that one villain called cortisol. Cortisol. Can you say it with me? Cortisol.
Cortisol.
What is it? Cortisol.
Cortisol.
Cortisol is a stress hormone in your body. And it is so easy for it to take over your emotions and over your physiology. For example, when I told you in high school that I was nervous to go to school or nervous in class, my cortisol levels were high in the morning, and as it is for you as well. Your cortisol levels are the highest in the morning and lowest in the evening. So when you do anything or you feel stressful, those cortisol levels increase. And what does that do? It increases your heart rate, it makes you sweat. Those times in college when I felt that villain reared its head to me again was because I was skipping my breakfasts. When you skip your breakfast, you skip your food basically in the morning. What happens is your cortisol levels go up and that fear hormone increases in your body. And just before an exam, when you don't have enough food or you don't have enough sleep, your cortisol levels spike and that villain takes over your body. How do you defeat that villain? How do you overcome that villain in your life? Go ahead.
Exercise and good food and nutrition.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
Your mindset.
Your mindset? Absolutely. Anyone else?
Becoming a foodie.
That's true. That's true. A very healthy
Ask
food.
Quran for it.
All right.
That's the better
So the best ways you can overcome that villain is by eating well, by sleeping well, and by exercising daily. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to improve your life, if you want to face that villain in your life, I recommend you look within, you optimize your life, and hopefully you will have a much more productive life going forward. Over to you, Toastmasters.